cut. That's fucking it.
Yeah.
That's all he's fucking good for. A laugh. He can't even do a fucking interview after a fucking loss. He's the worst fucking captain. He's worse captain than fucking Gallas. I'm telling you, he makes Dallas look like fucking Tony Adams. He's fucking awful.
There you go. And he's falling out with him. He's falling out with him, George.
He wanted William. Yeah. He's desperate for William. Phoning him up every fucking day. No, please, come and play for us. Let me pay £200,000. Where the fuck was he when we needed him?
On the bench. On the bench. Yes.
He would have been a better alternative, surely, than Aubameyang or fucking Pepe. You've got Lacazette, tries his bollocks off, and he's not getting a new contract because we've given it to fucking Aubameyang instead. Can't afford him, he's got to fucking go as well. It's an absolute fucking shit show. And it's Mikel Arteta's team. Think about it. Where's the fuck? It's his fucking team. He's responsible in one way or another for every one of these players being at the club. Other than maybe you can excuse him for Pepe and Lacazette.
Pepe came under
Pepe came under
the old regime. Yeah.
And Lacazette. But I'm saying
Lacazette was up.
He could have gone.
Yes.
You know, all the others that we've been through are only here because Arteta wanted them. So don't give me any of this fucking shite about it's not his team. Absolutely, it's his fucking team.
Well, George...
And then he comes on Sky Sports and says, it's my fault, blame me. The most insincere fucking apology I've ever seen in my life, because before he's got the words out, he's throwing the fucking players under the bus, saying what they didn't do right, how bad they had played, but pretending to be all fucking, I'm so good, I'm going to take all the blame. No, you're not. You're not. It's like me saying to you, you know, Shotta, this podcast is shit.
Yes.
But it's my fault for coming on it with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll
but you keep coming.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fucking madness. It was the most insincere fucking interview. And people are going on Twitter saying, he was so honest and truthful. Yes. He wasn't honest and truthful. He was talking a lot of fucking shite.
Well, why did he tell him that he made, I made the wrong team selection. I had the wrong tactics. No, he didn't tell you that. It was horrible. George, and injuries apart, Anyway, but what were you doing trying to sit back and counter-attack Liverpool when I just don't see it. And George, maybe he could...
Well, if you're going to do that, look, Shotta, if you're going to do that...
Yes. Set up a more defensive team.
If you're going to sit back, have the players in that can put their shoulder to the wheel and help you to defend.
Right.
Pepe's not going to help you defend. Aubameyang's not going to help you defend. Lacazette will, to be fair.
Yes.
So I can see him. Fine. But fucking hell. And then it's because Saka couldn't play him. Emile Smith-Rowe. Let's be honest, he's only fucking dropped on them by fucking accident.
By the way, George.
You know what I mean?
By the way, George, for the benefit of our listeners, did you know that Martinelli came on in the 70th minute or so, somewhere around there, when he took off Aubameyang? Do you know he had as much passes as Aubameyang for those 20-odd minutes? In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is that if you wanted to defend and so on, I think, well, maybe it's in retrospect. Maybe it's because of when, hindsight is 20/20 vision. But he could have helped you even more because Aubameyang and Pepe were playing auxiliary fullbacks, George. That's what they were doing. They hardly ever ventured in the positions in the opponent's half. It was horrible.
No progression of the ball. No fucking pressing.
They can't press it because they
sat back. We didn't press. But of course they can press. But we didn't fucking press because what's the fucking point? Well, we shit ourselves when we get the ball. We don't want. Honestly, I felt like he didn't want the ball, so we couldn't lose it.
Exactly.
It was fucking terrible.
It's a Marina tactic, George. A Marina.
Tony Hill was on fucking steroids.
Yes.
It was fucking awful.
We didn't want the ball, and that is the whole point. And
he's got this fucking untouchable aura about him that people are saying you shouldn't criticise him, back him, get behind him.
Oh yeah.
Give me something to fucking show a bit of fucking enthusiasm about. I'll get behind the fucker if he does some few things right. The other week, I was trying to praise him for coming back, for developing a spirit that came back from 3-0 down against West Ham. I was wrong. I should have been fucking criticising him for setting up a team that can go 3-0 down against West Ham. But I was desperate to give him something. Because he'd give me a little bit of fucking joy. I enjoyed watching a game of football where we came back and we got a fucking draw. But he's not giving us anything to fucking back him for. You can't. People are entitled to believe in anything they fucking want. They can believe in Arteta, fairies, God, Batman, lizard people. They can believe in all of them. But they have to admit that it's because of faith alone. There's no evidence.
Yes.
No facts.
There's no evidence here, George. Yes.
If you're going to believe in fucking things like that, you have to ignore evidence and facts. And that's what they're doing. They're ignoring. We're fucking ninth and shite. That's the fucking reality.
I'm trying to bring up the fixtures to see who... You know what, George, before I do that, why I'm trying to bring up the fixtures, we have Sheffield United next. That's a saving grace. But you know, George, why I was doing this is that I detected that team gave up after the second goal. You know, they were not believing in anything. I don't know if you saw the body language. That Gabriel passed to goal number 3. He just showed somebody he was frustrated. He was never the most reliable of players. You know, rash. You remember the time he got sent off and so on, especially when he's under pressure. And he's, by the way, an Arteta player. But that pass was so slack. And then the players picked it up and gave it to
Well, yeah, they didn't look for at any point that they believed in the tactics and that they had a game plan that could win that game. You know,
and the worst looking one was...
They can all come out, and they do. They'll fucking roll they'll roll Bellerin out, or Smith Rowe, or Tierney out within the next few days, and they'll be saying how fantastic it is under Arteta, and they can see the plan, and they all know what they should be doing. Well then, why are you not fucking doing it?
Aubameyang was not...
You can fucking see it.
George, Aubameyang, you look at that look on his face when he came off. You remember he got a ball that he had to chase down, and he ran out and play, and it was like he had to run it down to look to give the appearance that he cared. And then, he saw his number come up, and that was like a relieved fucking man. I was like, you don't believe a thing you're doing today. I'm telling you, George, I looked at the man, his body language was not a positive. A captain, he was coming off like he was happy. Then he forgot to take off his armband and I got to give it to Lacazette. Oh my God. It was pathetic, George. Really, it was.
Well, I tell you, you think it's fucking bad now. Do not think that it can't get worse.
Oh.
I said, remember me saying that 6 months ago?
Oh, yes.
I said, don't think this is the fucking low point. We can get worse. Well, we can still get worse. And I'll tell you why. Aubameyang will be another year older next year. Mm-hmm. Lacazette will probably fucking go. Pepe still won't be able to fucking do it. Willian will be fucking 33.
Jesus.
Odegaard will be back at fucking Real Madrid, or some other club will fucking sign him if he keeps up playing as well as he's playing at the moment. He's been playing for us. Mm-hmm. And Xhaka will go. I think Xhaka will go. I think he's had enough. I think he'd rather.
That's my theory, George. By the way, I'm fearful of that. I don't know if you realize this.
I think he'd rather play for Berlin than Arsenal. I think he's that fed up with the team and the fans
and the bullshit.
He'll be off, and it can get a lot worse. It really fucking can. And I'm telling you now. Like I told you at the beginning of this season, I told you there was no chance of us getting European football, didn't I?
Yeah, well, I still held out.
And you weren't having it. You thought we could still do it. I told you there was no chance, and I'm telling you now, there's no chance next season either. None.
Not with this.
Not a fucking Scooby-Doo.
Well, George, I don't have any faith in Arteta. All this puffing out of his cheeks and saying that it is my fault. I tweeted, if you don't saw my tweet, do you really believe that? Do you think he's sincere? And does he even have a choice? That's what I tweeted. It was so insincere. I don't know if people got it. I didn't just want to, pile in on him. And as you make the point, that was after he threw the players on the bus. Oh, and I have it here. That's unacceptable the way we play. We couldn't string 3 passes together. This is all the words he said.
But blame me. All right. I tell you what, Mikel, I will blame you. I will. I'll fucking take you at your word. It's your fault. Fuck it. You're useless. And I think he should be fucking stay at the club as assistant manager and get somebody in who can manage the fucking team. Let him coach the fucking lads how to fucking control the ball and pass it, and how to fucking stand so they can receive the ball.
His ego will never stand for that, George. His ego will never stand. The man has a massive ego, and he's destroyed many players. He's destroyed Ozil, who's a shadow of himself. You sit down 6 months on your couch, not playing at the top level, and people expect you to turn around and become a fine, high-strung hybrid, put thoroughbred in.
Yeah. Let's give Mikel Arteta some credit. He's got a beautiful watch. I saw it. He had a beautiful watch on, and that jacket that he was sporting is dapper as fuck. I'm telling you, he looks better on the touchline than Pep Guardiola. Yes. There's no fucking question. He is the fucking bollocks on that touchline. Walking up with his neat little tight pants on and his lovely white trainers, his dapper jacket, and a fucking £10,000 watch. He looks the fucking business, that boy. We're lucky to have him.
George,
he's an advertiser.
His wife is a former Miss Spain. That motherfucker knows how to present himself, and those who are fooled by him can continue, but he's not fooling me. He knows how to play in the media, and he knows how to play the lemmings at Arsenal who believe that these nice sounding words, these sound bites, are what will take us out of the hole. I don't see us out of the hole anytime soon. And you saw a little. We were talking about you saw a little tremors on the lake as our revival. It's a very that was very apropos. There is no light. What light do we say? A train coming after us at the end of the tunnel, as you say. I'm running out of metaphors, George.
That little ripple that we were on.
Yes.
Turned into a fucking whirlpool, which is swirling round, and we're getting sucked in, and it might turn into a vortex.
You remember that headline, George? You remember that headline, and nobody believed us, right? When you said we are being sucked into a vortex, we're down to 14th, and we had a revival. But the point is, people, that the signs are not good, as George said. The signs are not good. They're at the base, underneath. The foundation is horrible. That's what we're saying. And it is not, and it's not being strengthened because some of the core pieces are rotting and they're aging, and we're in trouble. Am I getting it right, George? I know I'm running out of metaphors and proverbs, but this is how I see it.
We're fucked.
Well,
we're fucked and we're celebrating. Some of us are celebrating getting